Is going to be coming off a 14-point game, so subpar for him given what he did over his last two, especially the 37 2 games ago in Boston. Let's hear from Durant Postgame tonight about the game and about the upcoming game.
Kevin, you've seen Kevin special things on the basketball court. You've seen him do this, shoot 75% from the floor. He gets the second fewest field goal attempts, he hit 50.
I mean, I've been saying it, it's pure. Everything he does is pure, you know. It looks so easy tonight. I look up, he had 10 points, and it felt like he only took 2 shots, you know, the first quarter. And I told Seth, I'm like, damn, I didn't know he had it cooking like that. And I seen it in his eyes to start the game. You know, he wanted to play better last game, you know, so he came out here tonight and wanted to impact the game from the start, and he led us all night, hit big shots when we needed to, and it was just an incredible performance. Like, it's something you gotta, like, younger players, you should watch this game and learn what it takes to score at that level as 5'10", 5'11", for him to score that easy. I mean, that was just a masterclass.
How big was this for the group?
I mean, it's always good to get a win. I mean, we definitely want to play better than we did in the second half, but it's always good to get a W, and we know we're fighting for our lives every game, you know, to try to get in the playoffs, stand and play in, you know. So we know how important every game is, so it's good to get a W.
Obviously, you've played in a ton of real playoff games, but does it feel like the playoffs are kind of already starting for you guys when you look at where you guys are in the standings and where you want to get to?
To be honest, I think early in the season I felt that atmosphere. I mean, teams were starting to use playoff-type coverages to guard me, you know, so I felt like that intensity to start, and I felt like our team brings the best out of other teams. So as you're preparing to play us, you know, your coaching staff is going to make sure you're ready to play against us. So every game has felt like that, to be honest, you know, and we know from the outside, the fans' perspective and you guys' perspective, it's like, you know, time to get it going, and every game has some pressure to it, but as professionals, we felt that early on. We want to be great every day.
Were you guys telling him how many he had?
No. At the end, I seen Seth got a wide open 3 when Kai had 48. And on my mind, I'm like, you're going to dagger them at the house, you know, you get to knock that 3 down, and he swung it back to Kai. And then I looked up, I'm like, oh, he had 48, you know, so it's one of those scores that his shots are not like, you know, super explosive. It's just that he's steady throughout the whole game, and then you look up and he has a big scoring night. So that shows you how truly gifted and talented and special and hardworking Kyrie is.
Obviously, you guys are without Ben, but it seemed like tonight everybody kind of was doing what they were supposed to. I mean, is this kind of the blueprint for the most part of the first half in terms of?
I mean, every team could say that after they play well, like, this is how we want to play, you know, that's what we need, this is how we need to play going forward. So it's about consistency and, you know, being able to adapt to any matchup and lineup. And I like where our mind is right now. So our coaching staff is doing a good job. And even though we lost the last 2 games, I think we've been putting ourselves in position to win basketball games. So it's good to get one tonight.
Kevin, you've obviously done it before in the past, but what do you think it'll be like this time around going against James?
I don't think it'll be any different than a regular game. When I was younger, 22, 23, and, you know, you see a guy that just got traded, and, you know, your emotions everywhere. You know, you don't know how you want to approach the game because it feels like a big game because you're playing against one of your former teammates, but it is what it is. I mean, it's another game for us, and we're looking to win, and they looking to win and move up in the standings for us, and they looking to maintain where they are. So I know James was here, and he built some relationships with a couple people here, but at the end of the day, we're looking to go out there and hoop.
As you look back, even in the last couple of weeks, do you think there was anything you guys could have said or done differently that would have changed his mind and wanted to make him want to stay here long term?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you look at it, try to look at it from his perspective. You know, you look up and Kai's not playing, and then I'm injured, and he hasn't won a championship before, so he's looking at his you know, he's 32 years old, I guess, and looking at himself and wanting to make a decision and get on a team that can kind of get him to that contending, you know, being one of the last teams standing. So if you look at it from his perspective, you know, you just say it is what it is. You can't really control how somebody feels when they're thinking like that. And, you know, hopefully stay healthy and their team stay healthy and we stay healthy and we have a great year. They have a great year. We can just move on from this, you know.
Do you say anything extra to Ben, having played in some hostile environments yourself in your career, about Thursday and what it could look like in the environment?
Absolutely not. That's one of those things he's going to have to experience for himself. I can't go over there and nobody's going to hold his hand. I'm sure it's going to be some personal attacks. There's going to be some, you know, something that might, you know, some words that may trigger you as personally. But that's just how fans are. They want to get under our skin. They want to, you know, let their voices be heard. You know, I think part of the experience of coming to an NBA game is the heckle. You know, some people don't even enjoy basketball. They just like, you know, their lives are so shitty that they get to just aim it at other people, you know, so it's easy to kind of get that release at a basketball game. So Ben understands that, and I'm sure some stuff may be funny. You never know, but at the end of the day, we realize that life is amazing. We play the game of basketball for a living, and a little bit of trash talk is what it is.
He never asked you about, like, when you came back. Like, did he ask you about OKC?
No, I mean, it's one of those things you just got to experience for yourself, you know, embrace it. You know, all the greats have been through being called the worst names in the history of the book, you know what I'm saying? And the good thing about it is that we get a chance to perform to shut the people up, you know, and it's a fun dynamic with fans and players because they really do love us at the end of the day. But a part of their job is to, you know, be fans, be fanatics. We all understand this as professionals, and some of the stuff may go overboard, but at the end of the day, you know, ain't nothing gonna happen to us, I feel.
You obviously lived it in that OKC game, you went back to the Warriors. What is it like being in the middle of that kind of firestorm?
It's a different situation because I got to play and shut the people up every time I hit a jump shot, and when we win, it was good to. But Ben doesn't have that opportunity right now. He got to just sit there and just take a bunch of just people just being childish, you know, throwing insults at his way because he didn't want to play basketball for them no more. I mean, it's funny when you look at it, and, you know, in the big picture, and you see what it really is, but. That's just the sport we play. That's the profession we play. I mean, we in. Guys making $40 million a year. You could take that for 48 for a couple hours, you know. And I'm sure Ben has that approach.
What do you think the atmosphere is going to be like?
It's gonna be loud. I mean, I'm sure Philly fans and people who are watching the game and media think this is somewhat of a budding rivalry, you know. So I imagine it's gonna feel that way. But, you know, Philly has some of the best sports fans in the world. And, you know, it's only good that they come in and show support to their team, but also want to come see how we look, too. So, you know, it shows that we got some talent over here as well.
You don't think, just judging from what you say, I mean, considering the proximity and how good both rosters are and the way the whole trade went down, you don't think you could have made another rivalry until you got beat them in the playoffs?
Yeah, we played like 3-4 years in the playoffs against each other. And yeah, until we do that, I don't even think playoffs is a rivalry. Maybe not even 2. I want to say 3 or 4 times, and that make you a rivalry. And the players got to stay on the same team. There's not a lot of continuity when it comes to personnel or coaching staffs in this league for you to have any type of rivalries, you know. So, but, you know, like I said, this is entertainment, and a lot of fans